Okay, let's see. This one's from December 4th. Did I write that down on the other dream? Oh, I think I forgot. Okay, so one thing I realized is in one of my super early dreams, there was like a large dragonfish that was flying overhead. And then when I was fishing through this portal in heaven, this big fish came and like bit at my my pants, which were rolled up, kind of like Huckleberry Finn or Tom Sawyer. So that was interesting. And then let's see, I could feel dark clouds. It's like hot air. It's like a hot air balloon. And I wrote, maybe I'm like the wizard in such a way, the Wizard of Oz. Creative, but behind it all just a man. Seemingly super powerful, but behind it all just a man. Just a humble, well, maybe he wasn't humble, but I'm trying to be humble. Because I want everything I do to be replicatable. Let's see, cutting off like I had like two fingers that were black. And I saw another video, and apparently your fingers will turn that way when they die. And over the past couple of days, Rebecca and I, and if you don't know if you're new, Rebecca is just someone I work in ministry with. And so she and I both had some really hard things we had to get through. Rebecca had to learn to kind of soften her heart to friendships because she'd been burned a lot. And I had to point out, like, you weren't choosing Christians and you weren't choosing mature people. And then I had to learn that the parts of me that I thought were sexual perversion were actually just perversion. And well, it's a long story, but like, at first I thought I had a problem with perversion or sexual perversion, and then it turned out I had a problem with greed and theft that I picked up from adults when I was a kid. Because since my discernment vision kicked on when I was 5, I could see it in other people, and so it would like hit me stronger because I was exposed to it so much, and so I picked up some bad habits. And adults aren't always very good about knowing what their bad habits are or knowing what to do about them. And so working with Rebecca, she would kind of just listen to me dialogue and give me good, like, Christian feedback instead of just nonsense. And especially since she has the 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit, that made it easier. And so sorry, I have a lot on my mind. I had to learn that underneath those issues, I had picked up a perversion spirit or attitude. Sometimes things aren't spirit, sometimes things are people practicing magic, and sometimes when we kind of hold on to a lot of stress, we compartmentalize it, especially if we don't talk about it, and then you have to eventually like pray for this part of you to become healed. And that's how you heal mania, how you heal, you really heal anything, but especially mania and rage issues, for example. If you've been abused, this is how you heal that part of you that's been abused, that feels like a tight fist. You have to pray for it. And the supernatural prayer affects your supernatural self, and then it relaxes. That's why psychology has only taken us so far. It's because we need spiritual health, we don't have a mental health problem, we have a spiritual health problem. Okay, so anyways, so yeah, I dealt with those 2 issues, which was a lot, and then I figured out more issues. So I was trying to, like, you ever tried to fix your own problems? It's intellectually exhausting. Why did I see legs walking home, then helping with something like dishes? And I feel like these visions are flipping back and forth between me and my future wife. Let's see. He's reading, the dog nearby. He was gonna take the dog out, going back and forth into my room. Because I realize I'm seeing my room from her point of view. Putting my hands in the wardrobe, pulling things out. So I think I have like, my bedroom's kind of like almost like a workshop. It's kind of a small room, so I have lots of shelves, and I have lots of like art supplies over here, and other stuff over here, and other stuff over here. And so I think she's looking into that. And then I'm talking about how I found out nice dice are really expensive. Started raining, messy, it was dark. Taking the dog out. Okay, the neighbors are doing stuff and it looks sketchy, and I keep looking. Okay, so I think by the time my future wife and I meet up, I've given her the 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit. So she's not used to looking into the spirit realm. And so sometimes things look spooky. And just because there are spooky things happening doesn't mean you're in danger. And so she has to like get used to realizing that in a way she's kind of has supernatural vision, and that's a new part of things that you have to take in. You can't just treat it like it's a normal vision. Like, you have supernatural power now, and you can't play it off like it's not just a thing. Yeah, and then she says, like, I can see in the dark. Okay. Keep a grip on wits. Then there's a balloon in the sky, and a big balloon. I hear a voice say, "It's okay. Let him hit it." It's how they do that. And someone throws a big spear. Oh yeah. So in this one, it's like a Chinese air balloon, and someone like throws an umbrella and it turns into a spear and like goes towards it and then comes around to shoot it down. And then when I checked in with Julie Green, it turns out there's a bunch of stuff with China spying on us. And then I'm back and my roommate's AC turns on, and I'm like, okay. So that was interesting. So she might be getting more info on that in the future too. I was scrubbing the bathtub, which I did 2 weeks after this dream, because I'm not trying to push anything on anyone, but I have a responsibility to tell the truth, because if I'm wrong, I want to learn, and so I have to tell the truth. And then if it turns out I think I'm wrong, but really I'm right, I have to tell the truth, because God needs to get the glory of seeing his works come true. So if this somehow does turn into a fairy tale ending, which I'm still working as if it will because I haven't been told to stop, then you need to know. So, like, I think it was 2 weeks before Christmas, I cleaned, so this day, I woke up and I was out talking to my roommate, and I just kept going, dude, this is so weird, but I'm just sitting here, and I know Lindsay Sterling is going to spend Christmas here. I know Lindsay Sterling is going to have Christmas here, and I just couldn't shake this feeling. And I was like, okay, so in my dream, we were cleaning up because she's going to spend Christmas here. And he said, okay, so we like did all this washing and did all this cleaning, and then I really scrubbed the bath. I really cleaned up the bathroom. Not that it was messy, but like, I put my back into the things I do. There's like a dog, so like little bits of dirt, and then every now and then like the dog will go outside and have mud on its paws because it's been raining, and so he'll like wash the mud off the dog's paws in the bathtub. So I want to make sure to scrub all that mud off and shave, and there'll be hair on the sinks, clean all that up, wash the mirrors. So yeah, and again, remember, I'm not trying to push a future on something, but if God is doing something, I want to reinforce it and play my part. And if it doesn't bear to fruition, I might be sad, but I don't, but that's fine. Like, I'll be okay. Okay, so let's see what else. I got a glimpse of something. Oh yeah, my roommate's stepfather is showing up like Dave Bautista and Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's very interesting. Yeah, and then a 3-story building from like another country. Like how much people live in. Square footage of each floor is small. It was like a village, 3 of 3s. How come that many together? I don't know. So in one of my dreams, I had a house with my potential wife. And notice I say potential wife now because it doesn't have to be Lindsay. Like, as of right now, I think the ball is in her court, but she can turn it down and God and I will move forward. So I know I'm married to someone who is shorter than me because we had a house and she like leaned on me and we were watching fireworks. So I think I have a house with this woman by 4th of July. Charging my iPad. Yeah, because I had another dream that said, make sure my iPad is charged. And I was like, okay. And then I saw her getting a jumpsuit ready, and it was a specific color, but I don't want to say the color because I was told what color and style of clothing she'd be wearing when we met. So I need to see how that plays out. And that's all for December 4th.